Hello, hello, hello. Man, it's been a minute. How do I even do this anymore? Oh, that's right. Just like riding a bike. Yo, I guess this is the universe's way of telling me I need a new freaking um what do you call it? Palo Santo thing because it like why isn't it lighting? Maybe it just means the energy in here is just like so clean and clear. They're like, bitch, what more do you want? Like, I can't even cleanse the energy anymore. It's just, the energy here is just fresh and flowing. I feel it. um, I had to pop on. I was just, I don't know, moved to like get on. I haven't in like a little bit either on Sheba Sunday or on any of my things. Crowd work, Black Bunny Hole. I haven't gone to any open mics recently. I'm like paranoid about COVID. I don't like being out amongst other humans these days. Most of y'all are just like real unimpressive to me. And like is it's been like and hard headed and like intransigent and just like looking for an escape and like it's annoying. Yes. Hey Aaron, happy Sunday. I don't mean Aaron, but I do mean lots of other people. And I'm just, we've just been like so enjoying our time at home. If you can tell, we have a new this is the color of this wall for now. What do you think of it? It's the exact same color as painter's tape. I realized only after it was put up, and it looks a little, I don't know, maybe we just have to put some other things up. It looks a little primary, like a little like nursery. But I had seen online this color ultramarine, and it was this like super like electric vibrant blue, and it was so cool and beautiful. This was not it. Benjamin Moore did not have that color. But we're trying it out. We're 3 years in this house, and we're just now starting to put paint on the walls and things. I like the paint in the other rooms much better. It's very beautiful. And this is still great. Let me not judge it too harshly, but I don't know if it's the vibe I'm still looking for. Plus, like the door is all white, and I'm just still trying to figure it out. Yeah, how y'all been? When is it? It is April 21st. Yesterday was 420. I forgot about it. It's funny, like every day is kind of 420 when if you want it to be. So it was really great. Yesterday we went to this really interesting there's this by appointment only warehouse in Baltimore City that sells thrift vintage stuff, and it's black owned by this young black man. It was really cool, and I booked us an hour yesterday. We don't really buy a lot of clothes usually, but Billy is due for a little upgrade, and so we went and got like a couple like really awesome pieces. And so DM me or message me if you would like the name of that place, because it is really cool, and I kind of don't want everyone, I only want the coolest people to know about it. I don't want there's a lot of not cool people who ruin actual cool things. But yeah, so that was really fun. And then I've been like spending a lot of time outside in nature. We're like really lucky to have a beautiful corner lot with like a lot of green space. And so I like have been going outside and sitting outside. We have like a beautiful magnolia tree. We have this lovely Japanese maple, and like it's like a side yard, like a gated side yard. And like I go in there, I'm reading the God of Small Things. I don't know if anyone's read that. It's interesting. Yeah. So I love to read, so I've just been reading, writing in my journal, reading back through my journal and like your girl is brilliant, yo. Oh my goodness. I'm just like so impressed with myself sometimes. I'm just really yeah. And so it's been really nice to like recognize myself, and like that's been an interesting task. I think we're like really taught to have other people validate us, and I do love that actually. Please, other people do validate me, but you know, I got to recognize myself first. And it's been really fun to do that. Yes, Billy says the thrift spot was dope. Great. One of my favorite things to do is like creating beautiful, interesting experiences that will delight myself and the people I love. So Billy and other people I love. But yeah. So I'm so glad Billy thought it was dope because it really was. And so great. I'm excited to go there again. And if anyone has any other cool spots that you think Billy and or I would enjoy, please drop it in a comment. Let us know, DM, whatever. We're always open to cool things. And Baltimore is just full of like really interesting, unique stuff. There's another place, Erin, you might be interested in, Vision House, which is a bar on like 25th Street. Really cool. We went there the other day and there was this roast beef sandwich pop up, and we got some delicious kind of like interesting roast beef sandwiches in this really cool bar that was made to look like it was like outdoors sort of, but it was inside. It was cool. I liked it. So interesting. Yeah. So really dope. Yeah, I've been like, when I look back through my journal, it's been cool to see my progression over the past couple of months, and just to see certain things where I was like, I want to do this. I'm a little anxious about this thing, but I'm going to try it. And like now being at a place where I've like tried those things, it was easier than I thought. It was fun. It was great. I'm really, yeah, proud of myself, and like I'm excited to apply that to other things. Um, Ooh, Aaron says, have y'all visited the Irish Railroad Workers Museum? I have not. Is that over near by like, what is that? The Baltimore Museum of Industry? I think it's kind of near like, what is that? Key Highway, maybe? Um, no, we haven't, but I love workers. I love an immigrant. I would love to check it out. It sounds pretty cool. Bailey says, yeah, Sheba is excellent at finding the little dope hidden gems and experiences. It takes a dope hidden gem and experience to know a dope human gem and experience, if you know what I mean. Yeah, Vision House is cool though. And it has like, on what day did we go? On Fridays. I think they have like a chess club, like a community chess club, and you can come and play like open like chess games. I don't know how to play chess actually, if I'm honest. I'm sure I could learn it. But I don't know. It's just not a thing that has interested me as of yet. I think I don't like, like games that I can lose. I don't know. Like I've always hated Monopoly, like and yeah, like checkers, I don't know. Maybe it just reminds me of like waiting for a table at Cracker Barrel. And so I'm just like, I don't know. Um, yeah, but anyway, thank you for the tips. Excellent. We're gonna definitely check that out. I'm glad it is getting warmer, because I would love to go tubing soon. My friend Sakura is gonna be, it's her birthday next month, and so we're gonna be having some crabs. I forget also, we can do whatever we want all the time. So I can just like have a bushel of crabs delivered to our house, and we can like eat them outside under the trees as nature intended. And it'll be a really beautiful, cool experience. So I'm excited for that. And we'll bring some shrimp because I know Billy's not a big crab person. I know. Hold on. Hold on. I'm looking at our soundboard. I love it. There's not a boo, which there shouldn't be because we're so good. Okay, we'll try this. Billy, he doesn't like crabs. I know, but he's got other qualities that redeem him. So we let it slide. We let it slide. Um, yeah. Anyway, um, yeah, I've just been feeling really in tune with myself and with nature. And so it's been really cool to just like chill outside for literally hours and like just like see what's going on. We're taught to be such like indoor people. And so it's been really awesome. Like I was just like laying on the ground and I saw on a little tiny leaf there was a slug and it was just chilling and like rolling up and doing slug shit. And there was like a tiny little caterpillar on like a tiny like blade of grass, like no longer than my nail. It was like just beautiful and really cool. Ooh, also, you like my nails? They're the theme I went with was Palestinian glass. There is this a glass blowers district in Hebron, Palestine, where now a bunch of Israeli settlers will like come through with the militia and they'll like break shit and they'll like throw their trash onto like Palestinians' homes and stuff. It's wild, y'all. I can't believe these white people are still out here acting crazy. And what's been really interesting to see is so many white people here and non-white people who are not willing to stand up to white people just yet. Like not saying anything about these other white people who are clearly just like colonizing and looting and terrorizing and Jim Crowing and, using, coordinated kind of community violence to steal brown people's stuff and come off looking like, the reasonable, good ones who are civilized. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, oh my God. Oh no. I can't believe this has been going on for so many, not even just decades, centuries, depending on who the people are. But it's wild. It's wild to see. But I keep thinking that like, they're being so that, you saw at Columbia University, they like called the police on students who have a Gaza encampment. They're like camping out on this quad. At the college that they pay for. Like this college exists because these students spend their money there. And these colleges like called the police in and, expelled and or suspended some of the students and moved their stuff from their dorms into the alley, removed the legal observers, all illegal things actually. And it's so interesting to see as an attorney and as like a student of history and like a lover of humans, just to see how quickly and easily these like standards, these laws, these rules of decorum go out the window when like power wants it to, when certain powerful people want it to. Man, wild. So interesting though to live in this time that is clearly, we're gonna look back on this time period and be like, oh my goodness, wow, look at this like organizing movement, this movement where like oppressed people were like started to figure out what was going on and started to come together and started to realize their power and to start to use it against the big powerful bad guys. And just to see these freaking institutions reveal themselves, wild. It's like these institutions never learn. Like, you really think like in 5 years and 10 years, we're gonna look back and see a bunch of like students protesting a genocide and seeing the mean adults be like use legal wrangling and like their different papers and laws in order to like be violent against them, you think that's going to stand the test of time? It's like they never learn. Also, it's just going to galvanize more people. It's so silly. But I get it. These older generations are, you know, they've been traumatized. They've been lied to. Very few of them are able to like shake their programming. They're like are even able to like recognize their programming. They've been taught to be too afraid to kind of do anything else, so they're just really actively burying their heads in the sand, a lot of them, and are just like ha 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 ha, no no no, everything is fine. You know, the bad thing is you guys stop interrupting when Hillary Clinton is speaking. Now where have all of our manners gone? And it's just like, oh my god, these people are going to decorum us to death. They are going to polite society us to death. And like, I mean, if they get their way, which they won't, because, you know, I'm just too powerful. I keep meeting very powerful people too, and I think like who inspire me, and I help inspire them, and so it's gonna be fine. I know working on like sitting in patience, and you know, which I'm actually very good at, but you know, I'm also very much like, haven't we had enough of this? This is so crazy. Like, haven't the wealthy gotten wealthier at everyone else's expense for long enough? Like, can we stop this already? Well, but it's okay. It'll happen. It'll happen. Yeah. I got to sleep a lot last night, which is really nice. I started falling asleep on the couch at like 10, and like I woke up today, I want to say at like 9. Great. I'm someone who like needs a lot of rest, and like alone time to recharge and stuff. And so I think, was I out somewhere the other day? What day is it? Oh yeah, I guess we went to that thrift thing. And then I feel like Friday I did something too. Oh yeah, I met up with a friend from work. And you know me, I don't really have work friends, but this was actually a woman who, right after October 7th, maybe a weekend, our work had a like group meeting over Zoom, like a coping with traumatic events. And it's wild. It turned out to be kind of just like this like group performance of faux kind of grief. Like it was a very like creepy Zionist kind of thing, I think was the intention. It was to kind of get us to like lament about, oh my goodness, how could this have happened? How could this have happened to Israel? And like, you know, and so I spoke up at that meeting. I was like, what are y'all talking about? I thought we knew apartheid was wrong. I remember 9/11. I remember how crazy the adults acted. I remember that we terrorized a group of people who we have historically terrorized. And that feels like what we're doing now. So wild. And I was just like reading these government attorneys for filth on government time. And it's great because as a Black woman attorney, it's like, I think I have a lot more leeway than they want me to think I do. So anyway, I was honest with them. I think I was quite fair considering what was going on. And only one person spoke up for me and like was like, yes, thank you for speaking. There's this elephant in the room and like no one's saying anything. And yeah, it's really helpful to have like, you know, if you're not going to be the person who speaks up in a room, be the person who like, yeah, supports the person who speaks up at least, because like y'all are also just as important. Because like you got to we all have to start being meaner to white people, to men, and to rich people in general, or to people who are supporting those institutions, those like concepts. White people, men, rich people, wealth. Like, we have all the power, y'all. And I think the biggest thing they've done is convince us that we're not powerful. I know I've made the Umbrella Academy reference before, but we are like, all those institutions are literally that old white billionaire who took in those superpowered orphans and put them to work, put a bunch of children to work doing adult things, solving adult problems. Um, and the one who was like the most powerful, but the white guy couldn't figure out how to control in a way that benefited him. He was just like, okay, convince her that she's powerless, and that's how we'll deal with it. And that's pretty much what white people have done. Billy wrote a very powerful piece on drapetomania and like how that um, was used as like a just a white dude creating sciency sounding language to pathologize human behavior, particularly black human behavior. Like when like everyone, I think all humans, all beings are like designed for freedom, I think. And um so drapetomania, this white guy was like, all right, when black people inevitably try to get free from enslavement, let's make sure everyone knows that they're crazy. And like for their own good, we kind of got to get them back. And that's kind of what we're doing now, is we've kind of internalized this made up bullshit colonizer speak. And like we kind of think of that now, like people who try to get free, who try to like divest from the systems, who even try to point out like, why are we contributing to these bullshit things? Celebrity, capitalism, the fucking government, imperialism. Like, why are we doing all of that? I think someone did very successfully teach us to be wary of, fearful of, disgusted by the things that will free us. So you see a lot of us real afraid of speaking out against white people, really afraid of like trans people, gay people, of women who are a little too mouthy, of children who are disobedient, and like all these things where we just like teach people to be afraid of being disobedient. And I'm like, y'all, come on. Has no one seen Hook? Has no one seen like any children's movie? I don't know. That guy, that other white guy set himself on fire. He was, opposing the, wealthy cabal who's like owning everything and fucking everything up and convincing everyone else that we're powerless to do anything. So just go to work. He was protesting about that. I do wish he had linked it more with Gaza and Zionism and all of the people who have been murdered. Even Aaron Bushnell. I'm like, come on, white men, you can't at least coordinate your immolations to make it even bigger fire? Like, but, we're just brainstorming. There's no bad ideas. But so just in case anyone else has an idea to do that, consider the ways in which you can make it even more impactful and difficult to co-opt by the people that you're trying to oppose and shed light on and whatnot. So yeah. Yeah. So I think this week I'm really trying to I would like to write out like a stand-up set and like have just something that I can easily, what I realized, I think like when people like realize you're a stand-up or something and they want you to like, oh my gosh, do a set. Like that kind of like it stresses me out because I'm like, I feel like I am like comedy embodied. Like I am like a funny freaking, oh, I saw a thing, like I'm not the divine feminine or the divine masculine, I am the divine comedy. And that is real. Like I feel like I'm just like the experience of me is comical and hilarious. And when I feel like someone's like, okay, perform, I'm like, oh, uh, I mean, I don't even know how. I'm just being, you know? Um, but I would like to feel more comfortable just like having like a funny set that I could if I wanted to go to any open mic or any situation and have like, my little, this is my stand up set. Little 5 minutes or whatever that I could use anywhere. Um so I know I have it probably written down in a bunch of different, drafts and stuff, and I just have to consolidate. And I will. I know it's gonna come. Um, but yeah. Hmm. I know that people get on these and they just like talk about whatever. They'll like eat a bunch of food. And so I'm like, I think I have to like do something. But like, I guess I could just sit here and like not do anything and just title it an ASMR. And y'all would be like, one day, yeah, you guys will be like, wow, powerful. Yeah, I don't know. Well, maybe I'll get off then. Yeah, I already said what I wanted to say. I think we got to be meaner to white people. That's what I saw in my notes. Like, oh yeah, like, oh yeah, I want to start reveling in being disliked and just really being, making myself the authority in my life. We maybe also should get. I mean, this is just for my desires. Maybe a different chair. We're about to get a different camera because it's just a little kooky. But like, I could also get a different chair. I'm just so wincy. So like, sorry you guys have to see me in this kind of in the lower quarter. I'm like a Chiron on this thing, but that's okay. Yeah. So Thursday we've got something. I think a friend is coming over. Maybe Friday, maybe Wednesday, maybe even Thursday. I'll do another crowd work. Yeah, who knows? All right. And maybe you'll see Billy tomorrow. He might do a How Billy Sees It. He did two this past week actually, two interview ones, both excellent interviews. If y'all are interested in hip hop and the future of it and music in general, and black culture and evolution, yeah, go check out those episodes of How Billy Sees It. They're really good. And yeah, stay tuned for more awesome stuff because we're just like always cooking some stuff up. All right, well, bring your forehead in here, press it against your screen. It's all made up. Go find some Palestinian people online who are in Gaza or Rafah or the West Bank and send them some money. Like their stuff, use your voice, speak up, speak out against these politicians and corporations and wealthy people and settlers and colonizers and their supporters. Yeah, Palestine's gonna be free. And all this other stuff is made up. So, see you soon. Bye. How do I do this? Right.